Hello and welcome to Pouches and More. This is a fabric balloon bag and this is what we will be doing today. It's got enough space to hold all your basic necessities. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into the video and first check out the materials that we'll be using for this particular project. We require one piece of main fabric and this has been fused with interfacing, and one piece of lining. This is simple cotton. Both of them measure 19.5 by 19.5 inches. One set of snap buttons. This is a plastic snap button and the tool. We'll also require two straps, and these two measure 1 inch wide and 10 inches long. And here we'll be using a hard plastic board. It measures 4 3/4 by 8 1/4. It's for the base that we'll be inserting. The first thing that we'll be doing is take the main fabric. On the wrong side, we'll be making a marking on all corners. So we'll be making a marking of 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch on all the corners. We're just going to join these to 1.5 inch, or we can directly fold it, and we're going to fold it like this. As of now, we're just going to clip this. We'll be doing this for all the remaining 3 corners and the lining fabric 4 corners also. So remember, it's on the wrong side. We're finished folding. I have made a stitch on this. This is completely optional. Now the next thing, we put it on the wrong side, that is right side facing up. Take the lining fabric, same thing we have done on the lining fabric. Now the right side will be facing down. So remember, right sides together. The fold will be on the wrong side, that is outer side. Right sides will be together. Now here we need to make a stitch all around. The corners that we have folded, we won't be stitching, we'll keep it open. Now here we'll be making a marking. From the center, we'll be taking around 2.5 inches on either side. So the total will be 5 inches. We'll be making a marking. This is the opening that we'll be leaving. Rest entire we'll be stitching. The corners we won't stitch. It will be open. Once we finish stitching, this is the opening that we have left. This is open. We'll be flattening these seams on all 4 sides. So we can iron this also. We need to flatten it completely. Once we have finished flattening the seams from the opening, remember this is open. The corner is open. Now from the opening that we left, we are just going to turn the entire bag over to the right side. So from here, we are just going to pull out the entire fabric and turn it over to the right side. After having turned it over to the right side, we are going to iron this to flatten the corners. We finished ironing and this is the opening that we have left. Now we need to make a center mark. So for that, we are just going to fold it like this. On both the sides, we need to make a mark, and we are going to fold it on the other side also. So this is our center line that we have done. Now we are going to take a paper. This measures 9 inches by 5.5 inches, and we have made center marks on this also by folding it like this. Now we need to align the paper template center mark along with our fabric center marking that we have done. So neatly align all the 4 lines that we have done that indicates the center lines. Next, we'll make a marking of 4.5 inch, that is 2 1/4 inch on either side of the center mark. So on the longer side, we'll be making a marking of 4.5 inch. Now on the shorter side, so on the longer side, this is how it will be, 4.5 inch. On the shorter side, we'll be making a marking of 2.5 inch. So that will be 1 1/4 inch on either side. Now we are going to repeat the same markings on the other 2 sides also. that is 4.5 on the longer side and 2.5 on the shorter side. Once our marking is done, we need to make a stitch on all three. The side here will be stitching, here will be stitching, and here will be stitching. This is the open side. Here this we won't be stitching. Rest three sides we will be stitching. Three side stitching is done. On the top and bottom part we'll be making a center marking. This is the opening, and on the other side we'll be making a center marking. So both these sides will be making a center marking. Remember, this is the opening and here we'll be making a center marking. We need to make some marks on this now, that is for the pleating. So from the center first we'll be taking a 1 1/4 inch mark. After the 1 1/4 inch mark, we'll make 1 1/2 inch mark. After that it will be a 3/4 inch, again 1 1/2 inch, a 3/4 inch mark, and last 1 1/2 inch. The same marking we'll have to do on this side also. So first 1 1/4 inch from the center, then 1 1/2 inch, then a 3/4 inch mark, again 1 1/2 inch, a 3/4 inch, and lastly 1 1/2 inch. So these are the markings and the measurements. Now we need to make lines over here, that is where 1 1/2 inch is. So first what we are going to do is we are just going to remove all this. Now here this is 1 1/2 inch. So first marking we'll do over here, we'll be making a line also measuring 1 1/2 inch. The next line we'll be making again at 1 1/2 inch, and the length of the line will also be 1 1/2 inch. Same thing on the third 1 1/2 inch mark, and the length also 1 1/2 inch. Now this entire thing again we'll do on the other side, starting from the center. So first 1 1/2 inch mark we make a line measuring 1 1/2 inch. Second again make a line measuring 1 1/2 inch, and the third again 1 1/2 inch, make a line of 1 1/2 inch. So these are the markings. Now wherever there is 1 1/2 inch we will be folding it, that is pleating it. So this is first 1 1/2 inch, we are going to fold it like this. See that the marks meet, they are aligned, and we are going to clip this. Now the next 1 1/2 inch mark is over here, so we are going to fold this part. Again see that the marks align together, that is they meet, and we are going to clip this part. The next 1 1/2 inch mark is here. Again we are going to fold this part like this, and see the marks meet and clip this. Same thing we'll do on this side also, starting from the center. This is 1 1/2 inch, fold, clip, second 1 1/2 inch, fold and clip, and third 1 1/2 inch, fold and clip. Now here we are going to make a stitch, that is on the 1 1/2 inch line that we have done. We are going to make a stitch on all the 6 lines that we did. Now this entire thing that we did we'll do on the other side also. Same thing we are going to do on the other side and stitch it. This is how the pleats will be looking. Now once the pleats are done, we'll insert the base. So for that we are going to take this base that we have taken, and this is a circle and radius is 1 3/4 inch. So with the radius of 1 3/4 inch, we have made a circle. We are just going to keep it in the corner and curve the corners like this. So you can use any other circular object and curve the corner. Once the corners are curved, we are going to cut it on the line. This is done. We take our main body and the opening that we have left over here, we'll be inserting our base through that. This is the reason we did not stitch the fourth part. We have only stitched 3 parts over here. That is the base stitching we have done only on 3 parts. So this is the base that we will be inserting. Now insert it neatly into the rectangle that we did. Now we are going to stitch this part also. Here we had not stitched initially, now we are going to stitch it. So this is the opening and this is the stitch that we did. Now we are just going to align the sides like this. Remember this we haven't stitched till now. So while doing the top stitch or the edge stitch, we are going to stitch this also. So for that, first we are just going to neatly align the sides like this and clip them. The same thing we'll do on the other side also. Get the edges together like this and clip them. After clipping them, from the base, that is the fold, we are going to make a marking of 4 inches. So from here we are going to make a marking of 4 inches. Here we'll have to make another stitch. So 4 inches from the base we are going to make a marking. And this stitch will be around 1 1/4 inches. So from here we'll be measuring around 1 1/4 inches. We're going to measure. Here we need to make a stitch. So this is the line over here. Here we'll be making a stitch. Same thing we'll do on the other side also. So here we'll be making a stitch. Our stitch is done. Next we need to flatten the base. So for that we're just going to flatten it like this. The center mark we are going to align it with the stitch that we just did. And neatly align the top edges like this. The other side also. Now we need to make a top stitch all around over here. So this is how we will be doing it. The same thing we'll do on the other side. So we have just flattened it. Now here is the open part. So neatly put it together. And the center mark or the center line, we are going to align it with the stitch that we just did. That is over here. And clip them together. Now we'll be making a stitch all around. See that the folds are also neat. The pleats we are going to fold it towards the center. So the pleat will be folded towards the center like this. All 3 pleats. We have got 3 pleats on either side and all 3 pleats will be towards the folded towards the flattened towards the center. Same thing on the other side, flatten it towards the center and clip it. Now this entire pleating we'll be doing it on the other side also, flattening the pleats. So this is done. Now we need to attach the straps. So for that, first we are just going to prepare the strap. Place both the straps like this. On one side we'll be making a marking of 1/2 inch. The same thing we'll do on both the straps. So same way, just make a marking on the other side also now. This side also we'll be making a marking of 1/2 inch on both the straps. Now the corner that we have left open, we are going to insert the strap only till the marking. So this was the reason why we left the corner open. So we can easily insert the strap over here and stitch it. Only till the mark that we did, that is the 1/2 inch mark, we will be inserting the strap. Same thing on the other side also. Now we'll have to stitch all around. Our strap is done. Now we'll turn the entire bag over to the right side. Now we only have to do one last thing, and that is we need to attach our buttons, that is a plastic snap button. So first we are just going to make a marking of around 1/2 to 1 inch. It is completely optional. You can make it at a distance of 1/2 inch or 1 inch. I'll be making at a distance of 1 inch right in the center. So at a distance of 1 inch from the top, right in the center, we'll be making a marking. This is where we'll be putting our button. Once the marking is done, along with the tool that we have got, we're going to use the tool and pierce a hole. And that will be right on the marking that we did. Once the hole is pierced, we are going to insert the head or the flat part from the right side. We are going to insert it like this and place the base on the other side, and using the tool we are going to attach it neatly. This tool along with the entire set of buttons is available on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. The same thing now we'll be doing on the other side also. So the buttons are attached and our fabric balloon bag is completely ready. For more such simple yet unique sewing projects, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon right next to the subscribe button, because every time I upload a video, you get notified. See you next week with another unique and simple project. Thanks for watching. Bye.